Hello everybody, I am the Trans Trekkie. I'm a Transformers fan and a Trekkie, which is what makes me a Trans Trekkie. Today I am reviewing the Transformers Timelines Hearts of Steel, Optimus Prime, and Starscream 2-pack. And first thing I want to take a look at here is the box, because the artwork on this is absolutely beautiful. Front and center, we got Optimus and Starscream, nice little battle scene. On the side, sort of a steampunk vault looking thing with the Decepticon logo. Other side, steampunk looking vault thing, Autobot logo. Back, got pictures of the figures. Top looks very steampunk vaulty. Bottom, the legal stuff. Also, the outer box is a slip cover, so we take this off, and as you can see on the inside, we have more steampunk vault looking detailing, and it pretty much looks like this all the way around. So you see, here's the one with the Decepticon logo, and then this kind of looks like the vault door. And cool thing about this, we're gonna move Optimus and Starscream here for a moment. Is this is where it opens up. Then you open it up on the inside, we've got Autobot logo and Decepticon logo. Optimus and Starscream respectively are, Optimus is on this side, Starscream's on this side. One thing about this, the packaging, the instruction, if you open Optimus first, you're not going to find the accessories. You're going to find the instructions. All the instructions are on the Optimus side. All of the accessories, even for Optimus, are all packaged in with Starscream. So if you get this and you open this side and you're thinking, hey, no, where are the accessories? Don't panic, they're in here. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. It's an absolutely beautiful box. Whoever the artist is on this did an amazing job. But with that said, let's go ahead and have a look at the figures themselves. So we've got Optimus and Starscream as they appeared in the Transformers Hearts of Steel comic book, and I loved that series. I thought it was great. I love seeing everybody redesigned in that 1800s steampunk style. I immediately, as soon as this went on pre-order, I bought this. As soon as the Bumblebee Megatron set is available, I'm going to be getting that one. And in the live stream, which I'll do a reaction video to that pretty soon here, they mentioned possibly doing Shockwave. So I will be all over that if they do that, because Shockwave is my favorite character. But for these two, I really like what they did. With these. The shield here, this little top, it can be held like this, pegged on front. I kind of think this makes him look a little bit like Link from the original Legend of Zelda with his shield just here. He's like, "It's dangerous to go alone. Take this." Do 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 do. Just a theme song every time I look at it like that. Now you don't have to display it like that. It's got very specific detailing that fits like right here. You see like the little angles here. It also has a peg, so you can just plug it to the front like that, so you can wear it kind of like a buckler. Yeah. So options, we like options. So I'm going to try and zoom in here on the face, because there is some very nice detailing on here. I don't think it's picking it up very well. But basically there's like a lot of rivets and vents, and these kind of look like smokestacks on the side. I like what they did that. Just a lot of interesting little more mechanical look to the figure. That really works well with the whole steampunk aesthetic. So, Starscream is probably my favorite of the two. He's still got that classic Seeker look. I love the sort of bat wings on the sides of his head. Propellers move. The Gatling gun looks to his null rays, which I'm assuming are still null rays. They're just interpreted visually into that aesthetic to more blend in with the time frame that this takes place in. But yeah, it's all. Like if we had a black version of this for Skywarp, it would straight up look like like a steampunk bat plane. I definitely want to see that. Hasbro, please do that. Hasbro's not watching this. Who am I kidding? But yeah, these are both robot modes are just killing it. Let's go ahead and get them transformed into their alternate modes. So for this, on Optimus, fold that down. Leave that there for now. For this, I'm going to start off. These fold down like that, and then they rotate out like this. Feet go in like this, and then there's when you try and take them out of it, you can hear there's a little click, so it actually does lock in place, and I really like that. It makes for a very solid figure. The same on the other side here. Snap that into place. And then take the arms like this. This whole middle assembly here folds out, and it kind of is on a double hinge joint, like right here. So when you do it like that, that's going to free up this back panel to do that. And then you can rotate Prime's head like this. Rotate that down, flip that back up, and then that will just slot right into there. Arms are pretty easy. Just you do this, and then you basically just collapse the arm into the shoulder, and what you'll get is basically that'll do the side of the train. Do that same on the other side here. Collapse that up. And there's tab slot connections here. And get those lined up. And then there's tabs in here that peg into the top there. And for the legs, swing these back like that, swing these back like that. There's a couple of tabs that go on either side that go into the legs. So you want to bring those up and basically try and get those in there. Let's see here. This is oh, it's not going. Oh, missed a step. Okay, yeah, these collapse because it's supposed to go in here. That's why this isn't working. Always helps if you remember. Try not to skip steps. And okay, so then that plugs in there. That one plugs there. All right. You know, I've already transformed this like 10 times. Do you think it's going to work while I'm trying to film the review of it? Of course not. Why would it want to cooperate? Okay, so there's a little tab that goes into a slot there. Alright, you. Just cooperate. Alright. Alright, well, this is starting to get really annoying. Oh my god. Alright. You know what? We're going to pause here for a moment. Alright, so finally got the little bastard to cooperate. Because, of course, camera wasn't rolling. That's okay. I showed you where everything pegs in anyway. So we take the smokestack, peg this on here. Tabs there. Hip skirts actually have a couple of pegs on the back that loop into there. Mine, the tolerances, it require a lot of, it requires a lot of effort. So there's a couple of slots here. This little groove thing is going to go on top of that, and then that helps to hold the back end together. And here is Optimus in his train mode, and my god, that's adorable. You know, there's already been enough Thomas the Tank references, but yeah, I mean, between the color, still, I swear, it's, you know, this is like, it's a little bit like herding cats. Like, these things don't want to cooperate, but only when they're on camera. Anyway, you know what? I still love it though. I think the colors are what make it look more adorable. I think if it was a different color scheme, like if this was all black, I'd probably take it a little more seriously. But then it wouldn't look like Optimus Prime. It'd probably look like Nemesis Prime or Scourge, or whichever one you prefer. But yeah, it still makes for a very tidy train mode. We don't have visible anything syndrome except A. And then, you know, he's on wheels. The wheels allow him to roll very. Yeah. I like it when all the wheels roll. I'm sure we've all dealt with this, where there are some Transformers that you put them in vehicle mode, not all the wheels are touching, and that's kind of, for someone like me who's a little bit OCD, that just bugs the ever-loving crap out of me. So let's get to Starscream. Now this is generally easier if you take his guns off. And we'll start with this. We'll put the shoulders up. Grab this. So this whole piece is going to lock up here. You hear that. You hear that. Everything clicks into place. Rotate this. There's a tab. Pegs into there. That. That's there. There you go. Heard that snap. And these are on ratchets too, which are nice. Makes it posing a little bit better. So now at this point is when you want to go ahead and put the guns back on, because it's going to be a pain in the ass if you try and do it later. You can just leave them on and rotate them. I find this is a lot easier. So then we're going to take the hip wings here. We're going to fold these up. Make sure these are folded out. And then these two things are going to plug into the holes there. So just do that. That. There we go. Same over here. Okay. And now for the waist. So we grab this, move this forward. Nope, move that forward. Stay. Okay, move that back. I want to do that because these two pegs here are going to go into these two slots here. And what you really want to do is do that. These are going to plug into this. And so what you want to do is just go ahead and do that. The legs pegged into place. Do the same over here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Move the feet down. Bring these forward wings forward. This is, as I mentioned earlier, going to peg into that. And there, I'll move the wings out. And yeah, there we go. We've got Starscream as kind of a, and he's on wheels. His wheels are very satisfying as well. They're, you know, it doesn't scrape or anything. That, all the propellers, looks kind of like I said, if we get this in Skywarp colors, yeah, steampunk batplane. I'd love it. There are Decepticon logos on the undersides of the wings, which makes me think they're supposed to stay out in robot mode, but and the artwork does kind of show that. We see him with the wings out, but I think on the, oh no, it shows it on the back too. That shows them out on both modes. That's kind of interesting. Huh. And the thing, all this time I've been folding them in for the robot mode. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, you know what? It's an option, and options are good. So, but yeah, so here they are in their alternate modes. I certainly think between the two, Starscream's is the one that I like better, just because it is, it's not, like I said, the colors on Optimus just make it look adorable. This looks like a piece of machinery that you could really take seriously. And, you know, between the two, I like this one better, but honestly, I love them both. It's an amazing set. It's, I think, totally worth the price. If you can afford it and you have the space for it, I highly recommend it. So the 2-second Transformer version of this set rules! Alright. I don't plan on doing too many full action figure reviews, just because, aside from, I did, you know, the 2-second Transformers. But, you know, as far as like full reviews, I feel like that space is already inundated. This set is kind of new. I haven't seen a whole lot of reviews for this, so I figured I'd throw mine in there. Same with Omega Prime. I'm still kind of working on that one. I also am going to be doing the Waspinator Ghost Starscream Premium Finish, I think is what that one's called, set. Because I haven't really seen too many reviews of that one. So basically, if it's a figure or set that doesn't have very many reviews, sure, I'll do a review of it. But for the most part, I feel like that space is already filled with. I don't feel like I'm really going to bring a whole lot to it. Now, if y'all disagree and you want to see more reviews, feel free to support me on Patreon. It's patreon.com/transtrekkie. And yeah, that would certainly help this my growing channel and a starting channel, and yeah, it would help towards acquiring new figures, and yeah. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, this set is awesome. Get it if you can, and everybody have a great day.